Welcome to Discover Cape. Discover Cape is a 30-minute program that will introduce you to fascinating people, take you to interesting places, and enlighten you on important events that happen in our region. It's the holiday season, and that means music, meals, and making those yearly resolutions. We'll visit with the people that make up the United Way and tour historic Old St. Vincent's Church. We'll share a meal with the Salvation Army, where the motto, heart to God, hand to man, is a way of life. And look ahead to the new year, and that means resolutions. Stay tuned as we discover Cape.
Things can get pretty ugly when you're bored. In an after-school program, you can find something way better to do.
Once they've outgrown their toddler seat, they're still not ready for adult safety belts alone. 4'9" is the magic number. Until then, kids need a booster seat. Make sure your little pumpkin gets there safely. Visit boosterseat.gov.
First up, the United Way of Southeast Missouri serves as the leader in uniting people and resources around health and human service issues to build stronger and healthier communities in Bollinger, Perry, and Cape Girardeau counties.
The United Way has always been in the business of helping people.
The mission of United Way, or part of what we do, is the ability of United Way, not only here but in other communities too, but I think we do it really well here, is to bring people together around issues. There are lots of issues in our community that are too big or too cumbersome for one agency or one group to solve on their own.
The best way that they found to help people is to support the agencies, the nonprofits, the charities in the community that existed to do just that. And they found the greatest help that they needed was financial assistance and help in raising funds to make their programs happen. So the United Way was created to do just that, to be a centralized fundraiser in a community for all charities, so that charities could focus on the program side of what they do and not have to worry about the fundraising side. There are some wonderful, wonderful agencies in this community, and we're very proud to have partnered with many of them in meeting the needs of folks that live here. There are a lot of smaller programs that a lot of folks maybe don't know about. We have CASA, which is our Court-Appointed Special Advocates program that has, because of their size is small, they have a limited number of kids they can serve a year, but the impact they make in those kids' lives are just far-reaching and lifelong, because these are the kids that have been neglected and abused that boy, they need a real special friend at this time in their lives, and CASA gives them that.
CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates for Children, and we're a small nonprofit. We have 3 part-time staff that train, recruit, support, and supervise volunteers to advocate for abused and neglected children that have been removed from their homes and have been placed in some type of alternative care, which is usually the foster care system. That's the time when a judge can appoint one of our volunteers to advocate for that child. We'll visit with the child themselves, and they will get to know that child, their goals and wishes, and then we'll help, that will make into a recommendation to the court as in what is in the best interest of that child. Our organization has a very small budget, and United Way is about 1/3 of our budget. So truly, without United Way's help, our organization would not exist. If you wanted to be a volunteer, then you could call the CASA office. We would get an application process started. Our volunteers go through an extensive background screening and application process, and then they would begin the next training class. Right now, we're only trained once a year.
We also, of course, have Habitat, which we believe is one of the best solutions for helping to address our affordable housing issues in the community. They have a wonderful program where they help people get into home ownership that never would have dreamed it possible.
We are the Cape Area Habitat for Humanity. We are affiliated with Habitat for Humanity International, and we build houses in the Cape Girardeau area for families that could not ordinarily qualify for traditional mortgage lending. The United Way provides us some funding, and of course in our situation it's a quite simple equation. We build houses, so the money that the United Way donates to us goes directly into our program of building houses for people in need of housing. What I think United Way's best or strongest suit is that there are a lot of people out there that want to donate to a lot of good causes, have trouble picking any one. The United Way identifies a particular community problem and focuses on funding for that type of problem. And it allows people to spread their donations out throughout the community. If someone wants to volunteer to help Habitat, they can simply call us up, or they can visit our website and go through the orientation and find out a little bit about Habitat, go to the events calendar and find out where we're building and what kind of building we are doing that particular time, and just come join us.
And one thing that we really encourage is volunteerism, because we think that resources in the community is really what's important, and sometimes that's time and effort. And so the more people that volunteer and get involved in the community, the more that can get done.
We know that people want to help. It's our nature to want to help others. So we want to be their partner in that way if we can make it easier for them by doing the research, by understanding the issues, by reviewing the agencies so we know that they're doing the right things with the money. Then that's what we're here to do.
This church was constructed in 1853. These pews that we're looking at are the original pews, and they had doors on them.
Don't walk. Don't walk. Walk. Do not enter. Hot dogs. Definitely like hot dogs. Motorcycle club. Everything must go. Ghostly ghouls. Don't look at that, Teddy. Body piercing. Ouch.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments, because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
For me, it's giving the best of myself.
For me, it's the professional team environment and the mutual respect that I share with my colleagues.
For me, it's providing my patients with the best and safest care possible.
For me, it's having the latest in healthcare technologies.
For me, it's the reward that comes from caring for America's veterans. We are the nurses of VA.
For all of us, it's the pride of working in a supportive professional environment.
With great benefits and opportunities for career advancement.
And the privilege of providing the best health care to America's veterans.
VA Nursing, a career in caring. Go to vacareers.com for more information.
Historic Old St. Vincent's Church is a living landmark to the history of Cape Girardeau. Built before the Civil War, the refurbished church provides a place for worship, music, and fellowship.
My name is Anthony Dohan. I've been a member of this church for 78 years. I was baptized here in 1927. This church was constructed in 1853. These pews that we're looking at are the original pews, and they had doors on them, We have numbers on them. They used to have pew rent here. You would have to pay pew rent. And, you know, for like, say, 9 o'clock Mass, you were assigned to pew number 47. And I guess if someone was in that pew at 9 o'clock, you could run them out. This church is consecrated, and by that it means that it cannot be torn down unless it is falling down. That's literally the specifics of it. Those crosses on the side walls represent the places that was consecrated by Bishop Rosati in 1853. Also, in order to be a consecrated church, you had to have a freestanding liturgical altar, which we have. And by that, it means that you have an altar stone which has 5 relics of St. Vincent, St. James, St. Andrew, and I don't know the other one. It's sitting on a column of bricks that goes all the way to the ground. That makes it a liturgical freestanding altar. We just recently, 2.5 years ago, bought an organ, which is a Chance, and it was a $250,000 organ, and it's all paid for. They decided to go ahead and marbleize the columns in our church. The reason why is because this is an English Gothic church, and back in the 1850s, the English Gothic Renaissance was broke. So they faked everything that they could, so we did the same thing. And they've done a great job of making the columns look like real marble. In the sanctuary, we have the wall covering is not wallpaper. It's hand-cut stencil work with gold leaf. All the gold in here is gold, 23 karat gold. Back when I was when this was a parish, on like Holy Thursday, they would take the Blessed Sacrament and take it out of the main tabernacle and process all the way around the church and then deposit it in the St. Joseph Tabernacle. And so they're all useful and they all work.
Father, all powerful and ever-living God, we do well always and everywhere to give.
My name is Father Patrick Mokoye, and I'm from Nigeria originally, and I've been here now since 1997. You know, I grew up in the city of Rome. Whenever I go to that parish for Mass on Sundays, I am just overwhelmed, overwhelmed at the fact that many saints have gone through that church. The Friends of Old St. Vincent's do take care of the parish. They have done an incredible work there. They've really done an amazing job, be it in terms of fundraising, because a lot of them have spent most of their lives actually raising money to make sure that that parish stays the way it is. We don't probably know the amount of work that they do, because a lot of people that come to Old St. Vincent for Mass on Sunday, they come in and they enjoy the beautiful atmosphere. They enjoy, everything that the church offers. I want them to know that St. Vincent is a beautiful place of worship, that St. Vincent is a place that has been standing for many years, that there has been a lot of people that have gone through that building. And those people, we don't know, some of them we don't know their names, and I still maintain that most of them are saints that have gone through there, and their spirit continues to live on. St. Vincent is not just a building that is beautiful, it is not just a landmark in the city of Cape Girardeau, but it is a house of prayer. It is a place where people can come in and feel that God's presence is with them, and feel that they can go away from there and be inspired to be the best that they can be.
The Salvation Army is a Christian organization that does all that they do because of the love for God. One of our mottos we have is our heart to God and a hand to man.
Can I ask a few questions about the apartment on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It just rented.
My name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street.
It's not available.
I use a wheelchair and...
It's gone.
Hello, my name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
What is?
Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim, call us.
I remember when it first hit me. Applied energy in a forward direction equals human locomotion.
What does this all mean, Doc?
Well, it changed life as we know it.
I thought, wow, this concept might actually change the way we get from point A to point B. I felt like Einstein inventing the telephone.
I give you the human foot.
Get up, get out, get moving. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
They came from every corner of the country. From small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few, dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
There are over 3 dozen types of services the Salvation Army provides year-round. It can range from some type of utility assistance to a prescription. Majors Michael and Mary Thomas with the Corps officers with the Salvation Army of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. We're both ordained ministers, but it's much more than that. We are clergy, but we're also oversee the operations of the Salvation Army in this area.
Well, we provide a variety of services. We have a Thanksgiving dinner that we serve over 500 people. We do takeout for those who are shut-in, disabled. We also do provide a place for them to enjoy a meal and fellowship together here on Thanksgiving Day if they might be alone. Anyone is welcome to come to the holiday suppers. Some people may have income and able to provide their own meal, but they would like some fellowship with someone else that might be lonely, their children aren't coming home that year or something. In fact, as many volunteers come down to help at the Salvation Army just because they would like to spend that day with somebody. And so they're all welcome to come and eat regardless if they want to volunteer or not. We also provide a year-round meals program. The last full week of each month, we do a meal Monday through Friday from 4:30 to 6, and folks are welcome to come on in. And usually by the end of the month, your money may not have as much money to make those meals go, and we help them stretch their dollar a little bit. And then at Christmas time, we do a food basket that people come in and apply in November, and we have toys for the children 12 and under, and food boxes that are packed with a turkey and also a gift card to use for some extra perishable items. Then year-round, we do regular disaster service, all kinds of things.
Over 3 dozen types of services the Salvation Army provides year-round. It can range from some type of utility assistance to a prescription.
We also have programs for youth and seniors. We have an open gym program for community center. We also have youth character building programs, similar to Girl Scouts. We also have League of Mercy, where we visit in the nursing homes and make sure those in the nursing homes aren't forgotten. We have GED classes that meet here in the building, and we have
probation and parole. We work with probation and parole, providing community service to a number of workers, where the individuals can also come in and meet with their parole officers to get those items taken care of that they need to fulfill, as well as providing community service opportunities to those who have been assigned community service hours. And it's not only a benefit to the individuals coming to the Salvation Army, it's a benefit to the Salvation Army as well, because it helps with as far as our staffing costs in other areas. We have several, 2 thrift stores right now in the Cape County area, and with just limited employees, we need those community service workers to help fill gaps. We have a staff of 15 employees here. However, with all the programs that the Salvation Army has, it'd be impossible to do everything without our army of volunteers that come and give so many hours. We have some folks that come in every day and provide several hours each day with a numerous tasks, either working in the kitchen or in the pantry, just doing what they can to help the Salvation Army. With the Salvation Army, we receive donations through a number of ways. Obviously, the most visible one is the red kettle at Christmas time, where people see the red kettle and the bell ringer out on the street corners raising the funds. And that's about 40% of our budget that we receive income through that effort. We also receive some state and federal monies, which is very, very limited, but that does provide some assistance that we're able to help, especially with utilities and rental assistance. We do have some funding for that. The United Way, it's about 7% of our budget the United Way provides assistance for. And the rest of our budget just comes through donations through the community. We don't do what we do without the fact that, Jesus Christ shed his blood for us on the cross of Calvary, and certainly to be able to be the men and women that Christ wants us to be, we have to have a fire and zeal that the Holy Spirit provides. So.
The Salvation Army is a Christian organization that does all that they do because of the love for God. One of our mottos we have is our heart to God and our hand to man. And William Booth, when our founder for the Salvation Army, started it out, it was hard to take care of people's spiritual needs without taking care of their needs for their hunger or their clothes, so they would be able to pay attention and to think about the most important need. And so we provide all kinds of services so that folks can know the love of God. And that's one of the things that we want to treat people with holistically, that their whole needs are taken care of.
I like to think of it as practical Christianity.
My resolution will be to quit smoking.
I don't have a New Year's resolution.
I decided I was going to get more healthy. I decided to eat healthier.
I'm a lion! Yes, you are. Come here. Let's see how this looks.
Hey, how's my little horse?
She's a lion.
Yes, she is.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
It starts in your own neighborhood. When you care enough to give your time to help someone still learning the way and getting involved in the needs of your community.
Once you've helped bring a smile to someone's face and help brighten their day, you'll be hooked for life.
The Major League Baseball Players Trust and Volunteers of America are teaming up to make a real difference in the lives of the people in our communities. No matter who you are or where you live, Volunteers of America believes there are no limits to caring. Join a winning team. See what you can do to help. Call 800-899-0089 or visit volunteersofamerica.org.
Passing gas can be deadly.
Whoa, oh, something's funky.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors.
Oh, honey, not in the car.
Like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide.
Oh.
And lethal poisons that can linger even when windows are open. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
The majority of the population uses the new year as a starting point to make personal resolutions. We'll visit with some experts on who makes them and who keeps them.
With the upcoming 2006 year, my resolution will be to quit smoking.
I don't have a New Year's resolution.
I decided I was going to get more healthy. I decided to eat healthier.
Well, if you look at the history of New Year's resolutions, it does date back to ancient Roman civilization. And so, I mean, it's something that's been passed down for centuries. But I think people look at the new year as a kind of like a new slate or a new start. it's a starting point of something fresh, a new beginning. And so they look at it as an opportunity. I think I'm going to try something different this next year. So it's also kind of a way of, letting go of the past and starting something new.
My New Year's resolution is to become more organized. I need to become more organized because it affects my daily life because I'm messy and I can't find things, and it affects my schoolwork because I can't find my assignments to turn it in, and it ends up being a bad deal for me and everybody around me.
My New Year's resolution is to quit smoking. This is why I want to quit smoking. To see this disgusts me.
My New Year's resolution is to lose weights, and I plan to do this by making better food choices. Marshmallows. Probably shouldn't have these in my food cabinet. These are probably gonna go in the trash, maybe. Star Crunches, the best Little Debbie, probably is gonna go in the trash. Generic brand potato chips.
My last year's New Year's resolution was to lose at least 100 pounds this year, and so far I've lost 92. We're rounding into the middle of November, so hopefully by the end of the year, I've lost my 100.
The New Year's resolutions often bring the opportunity for a new diet, something maybe they want to try they haven't done in the past. The best recommendations really are to look at how you're currently eating, and then after that, look at lightening up maybe some traditional foods, trying to lower the calories down by using lower fat products, less refined sugars, introducing more fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and of course, increasing physical activity. In trying to improve people's health, every little step of improvement is success, and so we really encourage people to focus on those small successes and not be overwhelmed with trying to accomplish too much too fast.
If you're going to make a New Year's resolution, sit down and think about it. Be very realistic in your planning as to, okay, what are the things that may hold me back in reaching these goals, but write it down and hold yourself to it. Willpower is one thing, but long-term planning is a whole lot better.
I think that as far as who will be successful, I think that there probably is a personality type that might be more successful. People that have developed self-discipline, people that have learned how to manage their time, and that sort of personality is probably going to be more successful than a person who just kind of hit and miss type of personality.
I probably set too high of a goal, and like most of the time it's to lose weight. And I think I set too high of a goal for myself and I don't make it. If I would be more realistic, I might probably make the resolution.
I've succeeded in my New Year's resolution because I had determination and willpower, and I had a lot of good people pushing behind me, telling me that I need to do it and that I could do it.
I think if a person really wants to change and they want to be successful, then they need to develop a resolution that's realistic. Basically a resolution is a goal. It's a goal for the next year. I'm going to quit smoking, or I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to start exercising more. Well, if my goal is realistic, then I have just increased my odds that maybe I can achieve that.
The ones that I did keep, I realized that it's something that I really had a passion for, that it was a priority. For example, and I'm still working on it, but my health, and I've lost a few pounds that I've set to do, but the motivation behind it for me was, I got to be healthy for my kids.
My motivation, I would say, is God. That's my motivator right there. And when it comes to God, I know I can do it. It's times that I haven't put myself in it, but when it comes to the Lord, I can do it.
About the only thing I can do is just trust in God. He'll be good to you, and that's about all I can tell you.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Discover Cape. Next month, we'll celebrate the new year with a look at the bicentennial of the City of Cape, the centennial of Academic Hall, and an important anniversary for the River Heritage Museum. Each month, we will take this journey where there are many places to go, there are many interesting people to meet, and so many new things to discover. Join us again as we discover Cape.